Hey everyone, welcome to our next module. In this module, we're going to spend some time kind of thinking about like wrapping up our unit planning and also starting to get into lesson planning. So I want to talk a little bit about our plan for the week. I'm going to pull this up here. Okay. So we have a few things that we're going to do this week. One is that I want you to have an extra set of eyes on your unit plan before you submit. You can always submit to me in advance to take a look at it. Just send me a direct message in Slack and I'll be on it. But what we're going to do is we're going to start off with a little bit of a peer review of our unit plans within our small groups from our small group video chat. So you'll see I have some prompts here on how to think about the peer review, but please just share your own experiences, your different perspective with someone in your small group during this week. And I've just kind of reminded us who's in our groups, although I'm sure you all know. And so one of the things I'm going to have you do is the Friday beforehand, I'm going to have you share your draft to someone and then hopefully get your reviews back by Monday night. That's the goal. And then we're going to do a little bit of blogging on units. You all have had a chance to kind of play with Ghost a little bit this week or last week. So now what we're going to do is we're going to build our own blog. And so what I'm going to ask you to do is to kind of reflect on, you know, kind of the things that you find interesting about your unit plan. What is it that you privilege when you build units and lessons? And then what I'm going to ask you to do is actually share a little bit about your unit plan in this blog. I'm going to ask you to find one of the goals that you've chosen in your blog and connect it to, you know, some of the stuff we've been talking about, cognitive demand, language demands, all that kind of good stuff. What are the things that we need to consider? How does that connect to standards? And I just want you to write about one experience and one connection to that. Then the last thing I'm going to ask you to do is I'm going to get you to go back into hypothesis and take a look at our next slide, our next documents we're going to be using. So we're moving on to lesson planning. You're going to be really diving into your Capstone project. And so I have a little bit of a description of that task to, you know, I need you to create 3 to 5 lesson plans and an assessment. I want you to start thinking about students you'd like to kind of analyze their work, things along those lines. Then the lesson planning template we're using. And then I'm going to have you look at our final document as well, the analysis of the assessment, which we call the task for assessment rationale. I want you to annotate that too, so that you have a sense of what it is we're exploring. And so as a reminder, what we're going to do is by Friday night this week, you're going to go through and share a draft with your friends in your group. You're going to then by Monday night give your reviews back so that they have kind of a week to go through and check before it's due. You're going to be blogging about your experiences in unit planning, and then you're going to annotate the rest of the documents we're going to use through the semester. Then what we're going to do from there, once we get back, we're going to be meeting in person next time. And that time we're going to do kind of a really deep dive into the work that we're doing. And so as a reminder, we're going to be, I'm going to want you all to bring a lesson plan with you to class so that we can go through and have a chance to analyze it. Anyways, thank you all so much for doing all this work, and I look forward to seeing what you all come up with. All right, take care, folks.